Hey, do you guys want to buy a kingfish? You want to live in a crazy house even though you're not crazy? Are you in the market for two-headed monsters? If you just like listening to Mohr Stories every week, then you can help me out. Go to my website, jmohr.com, and click on the Amazon link on my website. If you're going to be shopping at Amazon anyway, why not help support Mohr Stories at the same time by going to jmohr.com, jaymohr.com, bleep, and then click on the Amazon link to their homepage, and then you can shop for whatever you want. Instead of me pushing a product on you, you can just simply go to Amazon.com through jmohr.com and get any product you want. I mean, I do a lot of favors for you, don't I? I ask you for one thing here, Henry. Go to Amazon.com through jmohr.com. Look, this is Harvey Keitel. Go to jmohr.com. Click the link. Who's going to be okay at Amazon.com through jmohr.com? Say the damn words. Do me a favor. Help us out. Help keep this podcast rolling. You know how much money I got to pay Matt Cohen every week? Go to Amazon.com through jmohr.com, and I will personally mail each of you $15 million. Part of this was made up. I am fired up. Fort Lauderdale, FLA, baby. The Improv, Friday, March 16th. I'm at the Fort Lauderdale Improv. I'm also there Saturday, March 17th. And, of course, the Cool Show, Sunday, March 18th. You know why it's cool? Because you got to go to work the next day, and you don't give a darn. As Colin Quinn would say, you don't give a care. You're going anyway, even though you got to go to work. West Palm Beach Improv, Thursday, March 22nd. Friday, March 23rd. Saturday, March 24th. Come on, peeps. Let's make it happen. And Canada? Where you at, Canada? America's tiny little hat. River Rock Casino in Richmond, British Columbia, March 30th. Thank you for listening to me blather. Now, on with the show.
Put your name on it. Just put your name on it. That's all I say. Be a man or a woman. Put your name on it.
Well, I'd like to hear about it, potheads.
How the fuck you gonna know how to be great if you don't study greatness? Look at the game tape.
Donuts. Welcome to Mohr Stories. It's we do it Thursdays. You might get it Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Everybody's working for the weekend. Daryl Wright, name that band.
Everybody's working for the weekend. That is Dire Straits?
Oh, you know what? It's kind of a bizarrely close guess. It's
Really?
Loverboy.
Okay, all right. I was in the neighborhood.
Yeah, you were actually.
I was in the neighborhood. That shocked you, didn't it?
No, you're different than the average cat. Daryl Wright is the guest on Mohr Stories. Incredible comedian at Daryl Wright, DARYLWRIGHT.
Yep.
That's it.
Underscore.
Oh, shit.
Some other bastard took Daryl Wright, so it's an underscore.
Sick 'em.
No, dog. I'm not going back to jail just for a Twitter handle. You can kiss my ass.
No thanks. We should address that right up front. You are a felon.
Yes.
First of all, you're one of my favorite storytellers to watch, and you're like the Loch Ness Monster. Like, I've been hearing people go like, "Oh, Daryl Wright is the funniest fucking guy in the world," and I was like, "Well, I've never seen him with my own eyes. I mean, I've seen these grainy photographs of you fucking cutting through the woods.
What about a Sasquatch?
I've seen some. I'm like, that's just a guy in a Daryl Wright suit.
Well, if he got a suit on, that ain't me. That's fucking Steve Harvey, dog. If it's a nigga in a suit, it's Steve Harvey. That ain't me, Playboy. It's jeans and a jacket. You already know me.
Do you really think this is Steve Harvey's last comedy tour? Because that's how he's going out on the road now.
No.
Oh, by the way, we should announce to the listeners, we're going to suspend the drinking game this week because we have an actual black guest. Usually, whenever we speak in a black voice, everyone takes a shot. So if it's me and Sickler, like, "Oh, come on, Playboy," Or Segura going, you can charge that to the game right now.
Well, no, you know what? Y'all can still play the drinking game because you already know what my favorite hashtag is, and that's vodka time. So we will just have people getting fucked up by the end of the show.
Hashtag. So it's just whenever I speak in a black voice?
I guess so. Yeah.
It's whenever you.
Then people will be towed down by the end of the show, man. They'll be
IV drip.
Just keep it coming.
So Steve Harvey's out on the road.
Mm-hmm.
And it says the final comedy tour. And then in the bottom it says with little nephew Jimmy or like whatever that guy's name is. Like
I don't know, man.
He gets a piece of the poster.
I don't know. Just
you don't know? You're not wired into the black stand-up.
Yeah, I am, but I don't, that's out of my price range. You know what I'm saying? I'm still grinding. So it's like when you say the final tour to Steve Harvey's a legend. And I couldn't afford a ticket even if I wanted to. So it's like I can't pay attention to this because my mind is on grinding, dog. So,
well, shit. I mean,
I doubt if it's the last one though, for real.
Your managers managed George Carlin. He was a legend. I knew where his special was from and what he was doing.
And by the way, Rocco told me to tell you hello, Rocco Urbizi.
Is that George's old manager?
No, that's the guy that directed all of George's specials.
Oh, Rocco. Let's get it together, man. Let's do it. I did a special for Showtime in San Bernardino in August, and the air conditioning didn't work. And it was 109 degrees. Let me explain something to you guys. Imagine walking down the street in summertime and 90 degrees out. Now add 19 degrees to that shit. What
Did you have zebras and shit going through the crowd just randomly?
Arsenio Hall was all dressed up in Coming to America gear.
Yeah, like some Serengeti shit. Just
in the middle of my show, Eddie Murphy stood up and said, "Yes, I'm very happy to be here." So you're a felon?
Yes.
You can't vote?
Nope, can't vote.
What else happened aside from going to jail? How long? All right.
Okay.
Let's get this shit started.
The statute of limitations is almost up. It should be up next year. So
what do you mean?
Because there's certain stuff that I can't do. Like, I can't even get a passport yet.
All right, but statute of limitations means they can't take you to trial for a crime.
Okay, that's the wrong way to say it.
Yeah, I was like, whoa, something you want to tell us about? An exclusive?
Oh, hell no, bro. Hell no. This goes out to too many people.
There was that baby in the Coleman cooler.
No, Playboy, that ain't got shit to do with me.
Fontana.
That is a white crime. Babies in Coleman coolers is a white crime. I don't do that shit.
Last couple, we've had a nice string of brother serial killers lately.
Dog, and they always get caught.
Well, there's really no one that never got caught.
Dog, it's white men killing motherfuckers right now that ain't never gonna get caught, dog.
Yeah, like Tom Cruise in that Jamie Foxx movie.
Exactly.
What was it? Collateral?
Collateral.
I love that movie.
That is a type.
And they gave him like gray hair, and he was just cool as hell. Wearing sunglasses in LAX at night, and you're like, it just made sense. He was badass.
He was bad as shit. So, yeah. So,
you almost killed somebody.
Yeah, it was accidental. All right, because I was back when I used to sell dope. I was on the porch. Like, you're from the East Coast.
Dope meaning coke?
Coke.
Okay.
And I was on the porch with my boys, and there was a crackhead, like, across the street. And we was drunk, talking shit, and
where is this?
That was in D.C.
Okay.
And so the dude was across the street, and niggas was like, hey, doesn't he owe you $5? And I was like, hey, nigga, give me my $5. He's like, fuck you, because he's a crackhead.
Did he owe you $5?
Probably, yeah.
That'd be great if you said emphatic.
No, I was drunk. Yeah, whatever. And so he was across the street wobbling or whatever crackheads do. And so he was like, fuck you. And all of my boys was like, oh, she gonna let him do that? So, of course, I pull out my gun to shoot across the street to scare the motherfucker, but I hit him. And, like, if you ask me to make that shot right now, there's no way in hell I could make it. But I hit the motherfucker. And
where did you hit him?
I can't tell the real where I hit him. Let's just say the ass.
All right.
Okay. So,
what do you mean you can't? Why?
Because then people that know him and know me, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
oh, all right.
Because, dog, I could have gotten a lot more time. So I try to leave it as ambiguous as possible.
So in D.C., Chocolate City as it may be,
hey,
you're slinging yayo off your porch like
not at that time. I mean, we was just hanging out that particular moment.
All right. You're braiding each other's hair like Hustle and Flow. Like what's happening
fuck
here?
That shit, dog. Are you crazy? No, we was just hanging out drinking. Like those of us from the East Coast know, you're on the porch. You drink and that's the congregation point. And this nigga was like, fuck you. And I was drunk and I shot and I hit him by accident, which is to this day of all the bad luck hitting a motherfucking crackhead, cause crackheads swerve.
Yeah.
When, so dog, the odds of me hitting that motherfucker was really slim.
You said East Coast, you drink on the porch.
Yeah.
I think there's a racial divide. I think white people drink in the TV room and watch black sitcoms.
Cause you have TV rooms. We got porches, fucker.
What's inside? Where is your TV? In the kitchen?
Yeah.
Right in
The
back?
the TV is in the kitchen, dog.
You
Come on
drink
now,
in the
Joe.
TV room because you have TV rooms.
Right, you have a TV room, motherfucker. We got kitchens, because the kitchen table, the TV's in the kitchen,
Right.
and that's where everybody congregate. And then when you want to, so we was outside. So needless to say, the cops frown upon you shooting crackheads. So I had to spend 2.5 in jail.
You would think the cops would give you like a little merit of citation.
You would think,
citation
because
of
you know
merit.
what? I actually tell the story as a joke. I tell it differently as a joke. Nobody in the audience bats an eyelash ever. They're like, so what? As
You think it's because they don't believe you?
I think because it was a crackhead. Like, had I, they're just thinking, I wish I had shot him first. Like, people are sick of crackheads,
Yeah.
for real. And that goes back to even
don't-
stars that are crackheads. Dog, you're a crackhead.
Right.
Period.
But
You are who you are.
Like we
You're a
don't
fucking
see, and most of the people listening to this podcast probably don't see crackheads.
That's true.
Yeah.
They're
But
like,
if you live in D.C., in Newark, New Jersey, in Irvington, New Jersey, if you're in
Right.
certain parts of Compton,
no, most of the people that
downtown
listen
LA.
to this podcast see crackheads, but they just see them on TV. So
Yeah.
you don't see them when they're not acting in their sitcom doing that swerve
It
down
should
Melrose.
be like a crackhead petting zoo for the nice neighborhoods.
Dog, it almost is, because
Santa Monica crackhead petting zoo. You put it right next to
Okay, know what? Out here in California, once they get that train that goes to Venice Beach, y'all are gonna see a lot more crackheads up y'all way, because they'll be able to catch the train to the beach.
Well, the homeless are all in Santa Monica because they get fed. Because like my church, St. Monica's, and all the churches around Santa Monica has taken it upon itself. Like there has to be an end of the bus line for these people at some point.
Tell me this much.
Well,
Am I racist for, like, whenever I see a white homeless dude, I always think, why don't you just take a shower, go home, and tell your mom that she was right? Like, I don't have no sympathy. Huh?
no, it's not racist.
Okay, because that's the first, I don't know what their circumstance is,
I agree with you.
but I always think that first.
I agree with you when I see all homeless people because I don't see color.
Shit, I do.
No,
I do still.
I was
Fuck
going to
that.
see how.
Oh, okay. Hold up. He doesn't see color.
It was a
we
joke.
We were just in Vegas, right? This jackass, right? Straight face. He's like, man, I don't know what's going on, but lately, because of my podcast, I have a really big following of Aryan Nation people, right? And there's some here tonight. It's like 40% of my crowd
Like 2
is
minutes
going to
before he
be
goes on
Aryan Nation, right? And I'm like, what the fuck? He's like, dog, I don't understand it. I'm not down with that, but they just love me. This is like a minute before I go on stage, right? So I go on stage, right? Now, normally I'll walk to the front of the stage. I'm in the back of the stage, back against the wall, right? And it's a spotlight. So I got my hand up like, and I'm a loudmouth. But this night I was like, hey guys, welcome to the Improv.
The whole show. You cover your eyes to look at the back of the room.
Oh my God.
He did his entire set with
like
his
I was
head on a
giving this
swivel, like he was a fucking tailback cutting between tackle and
Dog,
guard.
I was like, man, if anybody had made a quick move, I was gone. I was like, bring it to the stage, Jay Mohr. And I'm like, fuck this, I'm out. And then, okay,
Yeah.
that was the first show. The second show, I walked backstage,
about this.
and it's two of the biggest, baldest white boys I have ever seen. So I'm like, oh shit, he invited them back. And I was like, hey fellas, and they were cool, but my nuts fucking went up into my gut, because I'm like, dog, because it's only one way in or out of the green room. So this one big dude,
Vito.
If Vito had got up and blocked the door, I was just assed out. That was gonna be some like American Meat type shit, because I wasn't getting through that big motherfucker.
You'd have
man.
to crawl through that little window where the sound guy gives you the light through
And-
that little square.
And think I wouldn't have jumped through that
Your
bitch
skinny
like a
ass
fucking.
would have fit through that window.
I know that, but I'd have
Vito
figured
would
it out.
not.
Mm-hmm.
Vito would not have fit through.
Vito would have had to chase me through that window, and that ain't working, Playboy. So.
And Danny Peterson, my buddy from like grammar school, we both went to represent FN Brown Grammar School on Grove Street in Verona.
FN Brown, like fucking Brown.
Yeah, I guess. I never thought of it until this moment. Frederick and I never thought of it until this second. It never crossed my mind.
Brown, yeah.
Effin' Brown. We should have had shirts. I wish. Oh my God. I wish I was on a football team. Just so on Monday Night Football I could go Jay Mohr, Effin' Brown,
baby.
Effin' Brown.
That'd
Ball
be
So
tight.
Hard University. Effin' Brown.
Ball So Hard University.
So how do the cops? Oh yeah. So my two